What's up, guys? On this episode, we talk about cleats, throwing bats, and where are the bulls? Dude, it's too hot in here. What's up, guys? This is Wade Gaynor, and you're watching episode 10 of the Wade Gaynor Talks show. We're up to double digits, man.
Yeah, dude, you won't be able to hold your hands up anymore.
I know, I'll be like, that's awkward.
Yeah, you just have to stop doing it.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get this week of baseball. All right. So this week in baseball, just had a big alumni game at my high school. It was awesome. A lot of guys showed up, a lot of older guys mixed with some younger guys that we hadn't had a chance to meet. You can guess how the game turned out, Josh.
Did you go four homers?
If I got 4 at bats, I may have. But no, but we did win. We won both games. First one was a walk-off dinger. Walk-off home run, not by me.
Oh, what are you
No.
talking about?
Michael White, he played some college baseball at Center College. He came in, pressure situation. It's real tense, not really, but he hit a walk-off homer. It was awesome. Next game, we kind of blew him out.
Did you play third?
I did play third. Didn't get any ground balls, which is a good thing because I couldn't throw it over there. So, but it was a lot of fun. It was great to be back on that field, be back in the community. Went 1 for 1, got walked my first at bat, hit a double, my only at bat. So, pitched an inning, had 10 years rest, and I'm still recovering.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we had a good time out there, and next year we're going to do it even bigger. It's going to be a little more organized. We're going to get some advertising out there, promote it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about that. In the big leagues, Tigers, hey man, they're 3 games back in the Central, which was pretty unexpected the way they started. But my roommate on this show, I gave a shout out. I said, Michael Fulmer is going to be really good. If you remember, he hit us up for Take a Swing Tuesday. He never sent in his video, but I said, watch out for this guy. He's 7-1. He's breaking records for, rookies in the show. He's been dominant, man. That was my roommate last year on the road in Erie. Big shout out to Michael Fulmer. He's doing big things. If anybody gets a chance, you got to go watch this guy pitch. 97 with sink, hammer slider, good changeup, and he's a great dude. So it's good to see that. We're going to go ahead and get into some questions here. It's the 10th episode. We're excited about it. We've got more questions. We've got a couple swings coming in. We're only going to get to 1, but we're going to go ahead and start on our questions. So, molded versus real spikes. Pretty simple answer. Spikes work better. Metal spikes dig into the dirt. You get better traction. They're just better, but they're harder on your feet for obvious reasons. Plastic molds feel better on your feet, which is why a lot of pro guys use them. So we play a lot of games, a lot of reps. You'll use molded, but word of advice, on really hard fields, you need some spikes. It doesn't feel good on your feet, but it's the only way to get traction in that dirt. Also, when the grass is wet, it's difficult to run in molds. It's more dangerous on the bases. Feet can slide out from under you. I used to use moldeds on a very nice field. If they had nice, soft dirt, a lot of AAA fields, obviously big league fields would be a great place. But if you play a lot of games, you can have plastic molds. When I was a kid, I always wanted to use the metal spikes. Once you get out of Little League, you can start using metal. I didn't know anybody who wanted to wear plastic, but once you kind of get over that, you start wanting the plastic again just for comfort reasons. Obviously, safety, plastic is going to be a whole lot less dangerous than the metal. Metal can tear you up pretty good. But that's kind of the rundown on metal versus molded spikes. Good question. We hear about extension all the time. We get asked questions about extension. First of all, I'd love for you to send in a video, #TakeASwingTuesday, so we can check the swing out and give you better information, more accurate for your son's swing. But until then, extension is something a lot of people don't understand. So when you think of extension, they immediately go to contact point. Well, we're not actually extended at contact. We push through the ball, we hit through the baseball, and we reach extension later in the swing. We make contact, palm up, palm down, elbows slightly bent, and we move through the baseball. But we actually filmed a video today. It'll be posted in its entirety right here. So we have that for you. But I'm going to show you a couple drills right now, and there's drills you can do every day, whenever you're in a cage, in the backyard. And it really helps you know what extension is and what a good way to get to that extension. Now this first drill, we're just breaking down the swing. There's a lot going on here, but we're going to focus on the extension in the swing. So we get in our stance, and this is something we can do in the bathroom, in the house, in your garage, out in the backyard. It doesn't matter. All you need is your stance. A mirror helps so you understand getting in the right position. But what we're really talking about here is extension. So I'm in my stance, I stride and have my load, I'm separated, and I start going with the swing. I'm relaxing my elbow. This is relaxed front side. And we get to here. Now here's contact, all right? My hands are above my barrel, but the next part is extension, all right? So we push through, and that's the extension we're talking about. So for all you coaches, all you players that don't understand what does it mean to get extended through the pitch, through the ball, during your swing, this is what we're talking about. Everyone, this is one of those constants that we talk about. You need to find extension in your swing, but not too early. A lot of kids, when you start talking about extension, go here, all right? But it's an athletic movement, and we start here, and at contact, we're not extended. We're not out here. We're definitely not rolling our wrist, all right? So we're here at contact. We hit through the baseball and we get extended. Now I had a lot of coaches when I was younger tell me that extension point is whenever the barrel is pointed towards the second baseman. If you're right-handed, if you're left-handed, towards the shortstop. I don't really focus too much about that. I think the swing is a little more of a pendulum. So we're gonna get here, and we're extended, all right? We get through the pitch. Now this is the best way I know to understand what extension is. This next drill is a fun drill you can do with the kids. As a player, you can do this in a cage, in your backyard if you have enough room, and it just helps you get that muscle memory to make sure your swing's acting in a proper way. So this is one of my favorite drills when working with young kids. They love it. At first, they're usually timid with their swing. They think I'm kind of messing around with them, but it's a great way to get that extension and make sure we're working in the right direction with our extension. So what we're going to do is get in our stance, and we're just going to throw the bat. And the idea is to throw it back where the pitcher would be. So at the back of the cage where you're in, right now I'm just in the open field, so I'm working where the pitcher should be, and we want to make sure I'm getting fully extended through the swing. All right? It'll be really difficult to throw the bat straight in front of me if I'm only getting here and wrapping over. I'd have to release back here. It'd be awkward. It wouldn't look like a real swing. So the idea is to actually swing, but you're going to release the bat and throw it forward. All right, this is a great drill for young kids. They always enjoy it, and it's something I'm a big fan of. So I'm in my stance, and I'm just going to swing. So there it was. There's the video. The first one, we walked through the swing. There's a lot going on with that swing. but we're focusing on the extension after contact. If we don't get extended, we're worried about rotating off the ball. So that's why we like extension, is to get through the swing and then we follow through. We don't worry about what happens afterwards. The other drill is a real fun drill for your kid. I love doing it when I give lessons. The kids are usually timid. I mentioned that in the video, but a lot of times they look at me like, are you crazy? I don't want to throw my bat. But it's a really fun drill for them. And the idea is to throw it all the way in the air on a good trajectory up the middle. We don't want to throw it straight down on the ground, but it's a great drill for them to understand. We get extension through the middle of the field. We don't get it back here, and we don't get it over here. We get extension through the baseball, through the middle of the field. So those are a couple great drills. I hope they helped you out, but send us your video, hashtag Take a Swing Tuesday, and I'll be able to check it out even more. So these are my favorite questions that we've gotten on the show. I don't know about you, Josh. I love this.
Dude, this is just like Luke.
This is Luke.
Why?
This is my nephew.
Yeah.
He asked why 100 million times. Luckily, right now, for the sake of the show, he's not here with us. We might have him on, though, one day.
Yeah, dude.
Just to count how many times he'll ask why.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start with, and I had to do some research, all right? 4-year-old turns 5 today, that we're filming this show, asks a question I have to Google, because I didn't know the answer. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So, why is it called a bullpen when there's obviously no bulls in it? He's a very literal kid.
Yeah.
Love it. Great question. So I looked this up. The first known reference, according to Wikipedia, is 1924. But there's not really a cool story that goes along with this. If any of our viewers have something they want to enlighten me with, feel free to contact me. I'd love to hear it. But basically, it's a reference to the rodeo where the bulls are waiting in the pen, the bullpen. These pitchers, they're always waiting in the bullpen. So they just referenced it. Somebody coined the phrase. It stuck. But the real issue is, who cares about the bullpen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They put a bunch of guys out there that may or may not play for like 5 days at a time. They come in, they eat all the spread. When they come in the game, they blow it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm partially kidding, I'm partially serious with that. But, love the question. If anybody has any other insight, we'd love to hear from you. So hit me up with that. The next part of the question is, why do you not go to jail for stealing second base in the game? Alright? So this is a really easy answer. Between the lines of a baseball game, you can get away with stealing. Really, you can get away most of the time with any kind of cheating. So really, you can be a different person between those lines than you are when you're away from the baseball field, which is why everybody should play baseball, play different sports. It gives you a great outlet to use up some energy. But when you're on that field, man, it's dog eat dog. You're trying to win the game, everything you can do. So you're stealing that base from the other team. That's where that comes from, Luke. All right? I know you might not understand that now, but when you're between those baselines, it's okay to steal every time. I encourage more people to steal. Every great team I've been on, we were aggressive on the base pass. And that's a fact. A lot of times guys don't want to run. They're afraid they'll get thrown out. And I'm not saying just go giving outs away, but putting pressure on the defense, especially at the amateur level, is the way to go. College, high school, you win a lot of games. So go out there and steal.
Why is it stealing a base going that way, but taking a base? You go off. I mean, it's the same thing.
Well, you take a base when you walk. You take an extra base on fielders. Like if somebody hits it to the outfield, you take an extra base on them.
Yeah, but taking means the same thing as stealing.
I think stealing is better because, catchers get real upset about it.
Gotcha.
So I like that,
Yeah.
They take it personally.
Gotcha.
So it's always fun to get a stolen base, Even if you steal off the pitcher, the catcher still feels like they should have done something about it. Or they start yelling at the pitcher. It's beautiful. So it's that time of the show. We're going to get straight into Take a Swing Tuesday, and we have a great swing today. I'm really excited to look at it. This kid's got a nice path, and we're going to get right into it. Oh. So we've got one of our best swings that we've received thus far on the hashtag Take a Swing Tuesday right here. This guy looks like he's in his basement, which fires me up. He's got a little drop down net and his bat. That's all you need. He's barefoot, which is pretty legit. I don't know if anybody notices that, but he don't even have turf shoes on, Josh. That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to have these things, you know? Like, you can get better at home in your basement, just like this guy. Great path to the ball, short, quick to the ball. It's ironic that this week we've been talking about extension, and I'd like to see a little more extension vertically. Now, when I say vertically, I mean back to the pitcher. So we get a little rotational here. We have a great stride, great hand placement, quick path. He really knows what he's doing, and it's very obvious. Wouldn't you say, Josh?
Yeah, I can tell, and I don't even know anything about baseball.
Exactly. All right, you can tell when something looks right, and this looks right. Now, the only thing I will say is the extension back to the pitcher, and we don't want to get too rotational and stiff with our back. I love athletic swings, okay? Athletic swings, once you learn the basics, just like this kid has, all right? He's got a clue what he's doing. He's got a little leg lift, which really gets me jacked up. I think almost every hitter should have one. That's another topic for another day. But he really has a clue what he's doing fundamentally. He's simple. I don't want to make it complex. And when I say athletic, I'm not expecting a wiggle, a shimmy, all right? But what I do want is that intent where you look athletic, like his leg kick. Very athletic, all right? You're going to have to slow that down for me, Josh. Very athletic with his leg kick. His approach to the hitting position is excellent. Now, what I'd like to see is more hands, less shoulders, okay? That's really key. A lot of guys want to swing with their shoulders, but we swing with our hands. So a drill I would love for this guy to do is from one of our previous episodes, right here, is a clip, and I'm on my back knee, my right leg's straightened out, and I'm just throwing my hands, all right? I'm throwing my hands, and I'm being athletic. So we've got a great approach, and I just love to loosen up right here and whip through the zone, all right? I know this kid can square the baseball up. I know he knows what he's doing. I would love to see him get a little more aggressive. He's off a tee. He's in his basement. Maybe send me a game swing. I'd love to see it because you've got a great swing, a great path. The only thing I want to see more of is extension, hands through the zone, not our shoulders. Our shoulders make us rotational. Our hands can extend through the baseball, and more athleticism. That's the only thing I see about this. Short, simple, to the point. The swing is the same way. It's great. Love the swing. Appreciate you sending it in. That about does it for us here at the Gaynor Talks show. Within the last week, I've posted a brand new blog. It's up. It's about how nothing is guaranteed. You should check it out. Every ball player, every parent, I think there's some valuable stuff in there and some truths. So we have new drills up. We have more coming in the very near future. And we've got a lot of excitement, a lot of energy back on the show, especially with the content we're pumping out. So there's going to be more blogs. There's going to be more instructional videos, and we're just going to keep them coming out. Until next time, we've got the verse of the week, which is Philippians 2:14, and it's short and sweet. It says, "Do everything without complaining or arguing," which is a great verse and really plays into some of what I talk about in my blog from last week. So I hope you had a good week, enjoyed the show, and we'll see you here next time.